What is going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up?
Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving early.
Right before we decided to go live, I'm trying to find I got some pieces I need to buy before I forget, and I'm trying to find out if anybody that I normally shop with has.
So Richard,
everybody coming in.
2x2 round with stud holder or with the X on the bottom?
It doesn't matter.
We've got 63 of one and 78 of the other, I think.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, because I can deliver.
That'll get you a start.
Hey, Greg.
Well, like I said, I don't know how many I need exactly. I'm gonna order 100 to start with, and 100 might kind of be overkill, to be honest. But I don't know.
Secret Squirrel, happy Turkey Day. Hey, David.
But it'll be really good if y'all have them because I already bought. I'm buying all the pieces to start my next Brick Mania build. And I've already cleared out Renee because out of like the 4 stores I normally shop at, she had the most. So I started with her.
Greg's watching Oppenheimer.
I want to see
How is it?
I want to see it too.
Yeah, I want to too. You can rent it, but you can't just watch it free. At least that's
a new movie.
Yeah. But you can rent it on one of the channels.
I heard it was really good.
Oh, it says great.
Wanted list. And then tonight, of course, I got in all my Bricklink and Pick a Brick orders. So I'm going to try my best to get all of this stuff somewhat sorted.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
I'm just going to do my best to stay awake tonight. No, it was a fun day. Jason helped me all day.
Nerd Bricks is on.
It's good having him in town to help.
What's going on, Secret Squirrel? What's going on, Nerd? Secret Squirrel, I have a bunch that I have. I've got some pieces to do the Messerschmitt plane they have. I think there's like 3 variations. I have the stuff to do almost 2 of them. I stopped for a while buying stuff for them, and I'm trying to get back in it. What I'm trying to build next for sure is the Black Widow, and that's the one that's going to be the biggest one that I have.
It's not helping me any of Charlie's over there.
Really snoring. Those two have been chasing Gene around all day, in and out, in and out, in and out. So they're both exhausted.
Nerd said he's just working on his army. Greg said that he wants to go see Napoleon this weekend. And Secret Squirrel Brick said, cool. It's a. I don't know. It was one of the ones I bought a sticker pack and the instructions for, and I just never did anything with it. And now I guess it's time. I cleared Renee out on all these 16 by 16 plates. I wish she had like 40 more, but
16 by 16 light blue grays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to overpay for them and get them from a bigger store. Need a.
This GWP's got shipped out this week. Can I be dumb and ask what are GWP's?
Gift.
Oh, gotcha.
Like the one.
No, this isn't a good one.
Those are.
Yeah.
Those 3.
Those 3. No, I'm doing my nutcracker days.
Come on, Tori.
I know. Some days, you know.
Some people's children.
Yeah, whatever.
Every day that ends in Y.
Every day. You got that right.
Nerdbrick said I've been looking at the Goblin minifigures from the Harry Potter set to use the hair pieces for elves. To be honest, if you haven't looked yet, the old Elves line actually has some really cool hair pieces. I don't know how you feel about those, but they are not bad. I'm gonna have to pull up these and not the instructions, but on here to make sure I got most of this stuff.
He's not big on those things.
Yeah, they're not the best looking. Wayne is in the house. They're not the best looking. I definitely agree that Harry Potter ones look better. Are the Harry Potter ones cheaper? I assume they have to be, since there are so many of them. Different sets included in every one of them.
Hey, Whiskey.
How you doing?
Doing good.
And then there's
you ready
Ben.
for turkey?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask Whiskey if he was ready for Turkey Day.
Yep, I've been prepping. I've got all of our sides and everything ready to go. The only thing that needs to happen tomorrow is the turkey needs to go in.
Oh, Gene's one up on you. He smoked too, and he's got them done and ready to go.
Am I the only one that doesn't really care for turkey?
Probably. But
Ham
that's
is
okay.
Ham is better.
Oh, we have that coming too.
Nerd says that no, because they came in green. So do they not have the older sets? Did they not have any of them in there? Whiskey, I went ahead and pulled the trigger and started buying pieces for my next Brick Mania build.
What's that?
Often we do a deep fried occasionally, but not deep fried. There is a infrared cooker that cooks it the same as the deep fried without $30 worth of oil and all the mix.
It's called the Black Widow.
You got two conversations going here: turkey and Lakers.
I'm sorry, but a honey baked ham is better than a turkey any day.
Oh, David said his wife doesn't like turkey either, so you're good.
At least cool people stick together. Y'all can have all the turkey you want.
The best thing about it is when Foy gets a hold of the leftovers and makes turkey tetrazzini out of it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
oh my God, it's so good.
Still can't be as good as ham.
I don't know. That one's pretty good.
I don't know.
That's pretty good. Alternate says he loves honey baked ham, but doesn't hold a candle compared to the deep fried turkey. We had deep fried once or twice?
No, we do the infrared fried.
Oh, the infrared fried, yeah.
It's the same as the deep fried, just without, like I said a minute
Without
ago,
all
the $30 oil and
that works.
horrible mess.
Another really good thing that a lot of people don't do is a Cornish hen.
Oh, those are good.
Really good. What's up, Trevor? I don't know, man. I'll have to go against you on that, though. I'm a ham person all day.
Alternate candidate says infrared comes out a bit different.
I didn't know this thing had so many dang windows.
Check and price it.
What are you building?
See, I have to pay attention because some of this order has stuff to do with the castle too.
Well, David, I can't believe you made it through the week without seeing us. You missed me all week.
So it's always the replay game.
Oh yeah, you can always see me play. Here, me getting trashed because it takes me so long to build.
Yeah, alternate. I do a Cajun injection when we do ours.
Cajun.
Hey, is that right? Okay.
I wish I had the pieces to go ahead and start building this, and I'd just start building it, but still have
You
to do
got
the hardest
next,
thing,
personally.
and that's get on Brick Mania and see what all I need to buy from them.
Are they doing anything Black Friday?
Cajun and butter injected. Ooh.
What'd y'all say?
Yep, that's it. Cajun and butter.
What'd you say, Whiskey?
Did you see their video this morning with everything they're dropping?
Yeah. I'm not buying any sets. I can't buy their sets plus do the castle.
Yeah, I didn't ask if you were buying anything, just if you were saw the video.
Oh yeah.
It was it was good to see Lando behind the table.
Yeah, I don't know how all that's working, but I'm sure they got their own ways. Okay. Nerd said I'm switching my army from yellow to normal skin tones. This is the expensive, at least trying to make the army look unique. Yeah, Nerd, that seems to be like what everybody's done. I will tell you that it's not that expensive if you do it through Lego. You're just gonna have, I think there's like, I don't know if it is right now, but at the time when I did it, the bestsellers had like 6 or 7 different heads. And how I did it was I pretty much bought like 50 of each head, unless it was dual print, and then I would buy like 75 of them, just because it's a little bit easier to do. And if it's an army like that, it really doesn't matter what their head has on it, because they're going to have on helmets. The ones that I did put helmet or did not put helmets on, I honestly kind of went out and scoured like Whatnot. If you go to Whatnot and find people selling like Harry Potter figs for $1 a piece, I mean, stuff like that. Alternate says he's personally not a fan of skin tone minifigures. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people, when I did my video about switching the army, a lot of people not messaged, but said something to me about how I should have kept them yellow and all that. But I don't know. Like, I wanted to be, at the time, it was something that nobody else was doing, and I was a little different. Now it seems to be like that's the cool thing to do.
You were a trendsetter, Richard.
Yep.
I wish I would have just like everyone would have stepped back and not done it. Because I will be honest with you, the bad thing about skin tones is they don't have all the funny facial expressions that the normal yellow minifigures do. I know that these companies out there are dropping some crazy deals on Black Friday. I think this will be like the first Black Friday in a long time that most of my purchases are just going to be offline. I've already found that Citizen Brick is dropping some stuff that looks mighty interesting. Can't believe I'm going to build another black plane.
Yeah, no, this was supposed to be a winter build night. What's wrong with your winter build night?
Well, I told you like 2 weeks ago, I don't have anything that's a winter build except the 2 sets that I just took apart. I mean, I could throw some white pieces on top of the castle.
Make it look like snow.
Nerd said, see, but Lego doesn't have a lot of unique heads, which is harder to find, but my helmets show their face. My whole city is normal skin tones. My fantasy world will be as well. I buy a lot of custom heads, so I have some good ones. Will said, hey to everybody. And then TMC has some good medieval stuff coming out. Yeah, I don't buy from the Minifig Co. I will tell you that I do know what Brick Warrior's dropping, and Brick Warriors is dropping some really cool stuff, including some figs. I tried to get him to send me some pictures so I could release them, but he's been. I'm gonna tell you what, I joke with him a lot. And the other night we were texting at like 1 a.m. He was still texting me. When I woke up at 6:30, I started texting him back, and he started texting me again. And at like 7:15, Victor was like, "Okay, I'm going to bed." I was like, "Holy crap, dude! Like, calm down." So he is he's pushing some product out. I will tell you that. I don't know if I should delete these or how to mark these to show I don't need them anymore.
He's cute. He's cute.
I've never bought anything from the Minifig Co. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about them, so I just stayed away, honestly. I know Lego's dropped some some leaks came out. I don't know if they dropped it. We're getting a Stitch Brickhead now for all the Brickhead fans out there. But I will tell you that making your army skin tone, I think, does look better. But I will agree the faces are an issue. I will tell you that the next thing I'm doing is Star Wars. So, of course, those will be all. I'm pretty sure I take that back. I don't know how many I'm going to have with helmets off, but they're all going to be skin tone. But the pirate mock that I plan on doing, I have everything I've bought's been yellow heads. Yeah, Trevor, I actually got back into my Bricklink that night that I was basically like down in them. As soon as we logged off, they emailed me. Will said I just ripped open 12 and sorted 12 VIP extras pack. Didn't realize some of the great parts that come in those. The only one I haven't opened yet is the Christmas one they just sent me.
Yeah, ours is sitting right over there behind the computer screen.
Nerd said I haven't had anything bad with them. I've always bought from them Forest Moon bricks. Yeah, I've ordered from Forest Moon. I take that back. The only thing I've ever ordered from Forest Moon was a pre-order. But other than the fact that it comes from overseas, so it takes a while. I'm impatient. And that was one of the things I've heard about the Minifig Co. is they take a while to get to you.
It's not impatient. It's just you're spoiled.
What do you say, Wayne?
Most of their stuff is pre-order.
Yeah. And that's another thing, too. Like, the Minifig Co. kind of plays the field. A lot of the stuff that they have on there that's a pre-order is just to see if people are going to buy it or not. So they don't have to go out and print a certain amount. And I don't know if I really like that. Like, they just dropped all those knights, the Black Falcons, the Lion Knights, the Forestmen. And they don't look bad, don't get me wrong, but I think they're doing it the wrong way, especially with the Forestmen. The Forestmen aren't meant to have chainmail.
Is that the one that you sent the link that shows, or that Whiskey sent the link that shows all the 360 printing on the legs?
Yeah. They look good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think that, honestly, and this is going to sound really weird, but Lego Knights aren't meant to have all that detail. and I believe they overkilled it. And it's the same thing with like the Clone Army custom stuff. Like when you put them next to a normal minifig, it's too overly detailed. So you'd have to do basically all your guys like that. And I'm not about to spend $15 a minifig for 700 minifigs.
Well, Richard, in solidarity with you, we will not buy them either.
Unless they want to throw me like a good old sponsorship and send them to me.
Well, here's the deal with the minifig co. is you can only buy 2 figures per order.
Yeah, because they're not pre-made; they're pre-order.
Right. I'm just providing you with the rules that they put out for their Black Friday drop.
And that to me is really like, I don't know. In my opinion, that's a dumb business move. I mean, I guess
I'm sure that they're trying to satisfy their customers and fans versus having someone come in and scoop up a bunch and put them on eBay.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to see some people that are deeper into the community have more than what they're supposed to have, and people say stuff about it or something like that gets started, because we all know that there's people in the community that definitely indulge themselves a lot more than they should.
Would you quit talking about Richard?
Exactly. I mean, I'll be honest with you, that of everything that's coming out tomorrow, Friday, the only thing that I've seen other than the Brick Warrior stuff, which is a totally different thing, that I really want is I want that American Psycho fig. I might buy the Stephen Hawking. I might, just because I think that's cool. But other than
Stephen
that,
Hawking's really cool.
I like the head they did.
Yeah.
But other than that, I won't be buying any of them.
Hey, Renee, happy Thanksgiving.
What is up, Renee? And I did get my my light set in from my affiliate link thing now. So I will be doing a review on that soon. It's packaged really well and it looks really good. I don't want to crack open yet without it being somewhat filmed. Funny, I went from ordering gray to ordering black.
Winston, Whiskey, what are you doing?
I just tossed the
Sounds like
ball
you're-
for the dog.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're measuring something.
And it went across the basement and went right into a tote, so he wouldn't be able to get it. So I had to get up to get it. And then you heard him clicking and clattering his way back over here.
Now you got to throw it again.
No, I think he's chilled out for a moment.
Renee, are you ready for Thanksgiving?
I'm not.
You got a lot to do if you got company coming over tomorrow.
I know. I keep picking on Haley, and I was like, well, I didn't invite them, so.
Ooh, not cool, Richard. Not cool. Not cool. That could get you in the doghouse, which you don't have.
Well, I have a basement.
Yeah, but that's not the doghouse. That's the basement.
What's going on, Mayo? Yeah, the Forestmen, like I said, they don't look bad. They're just not meant to have. I mean, I can see some of them, but the Forestmen are like the people who live off the land type thing. Like they didn't live in big fancy castles. They're not going to have chainmail.
Oh, they're going to Asheville to get their annual Christmas tree. That sounds like fun.
Need to show you how to get up to Ashe County. Up around West Jefferson and Crumpler and all that. That's where all the real good trees are.
Like this is a tradition for them, honey.
Okay, I'll shut up for a bit.
I don't know where. I don't think I've only went out and like got my own Christmas tree like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I normally just stop somewhere around here.
We used to have a place that we'd go to that had Ashe County trees.
Actually, the trees are grown about 2 miles from our cabin.
Yep.
Too fancy for me.
All right, the nutcracker's done. He even cracks nuts.
Show it. I don't believe you.
I gotta go find a really small nut for this one.
I was about to say, I know how fragile Lego is. If that thing gets under tension, it's just going to pop apart.
It does it like it's supposed to, but it would be a really small nut. We'll stop there.
Well, I mean, you did leave the floor open.
Yep, but just FYI, I did do a build tonight. You know, got one done.
Start to finish.
Start to finish.
57 pieces.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, 57 pieces? Was it really? It was 208.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
8. We started doing it in England, so when we moved back, we kept up the tradition. That's really cool. She said she's heard of them, Ashe County.
Yeah, Ashe County is the #1 Christmas tree producing county in the nation.
Reed Travers. He said we used to get ours from West Jefferson day after Thanksgiving every year.
Yep. If you were in West Jefferson, it's probably Booger Mountain Tree Farm.
You said booger.
Because I can't say what the locals call it.
Okay, probably true.
And I'm sure the people in the stream have seen. I want to thank everybody also that I have hit 2,000 subscribers.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, everybody. I put up a poll on Instagram and a poll on YouTube, and it seems like December the 9th is what won. December 2nd was close. About starting a Saturday night stream. So I'll be buying some stuff. I've got 2 sets here that I'll be giving away. I've got 5 minifigs that I'll be giving away. And I'll probably buy some stuff tomorrow for Black Friday. And I'm hoping that it comes in by time. But there will be some giveaways. I'll be doing a Saturday night stream. Be lots of fun. Because it's been fun getting here.
So Renee, it just hit me. Wasn't it a long drive to Asheville from England?
Extremely long drive. It was really hard getting the tree back. It hardly had any pine on it by the time they got back.
Trevor said, I forgot the name of the mountain. My great grandmother lived up there, and we used to do Thanksgiving there. And Renee says, LOL.
Yeah, I've never went out and been like the adventurous type to buy my own tree. Probably should.
Yes, you should.
Strap it to the top of the old car.
Be better if it was in that truck.
That is very true. That is very true. But truck's a problem for another day.
10.
That would make some cool pictures though if I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Renee laughed. And I'm just saying, you said that it used to be a tradition when y'all lived in England. I will agree. Gene did hear that right.
I'm just thinking it's a long drive.
Yeah. I said I agree.
He says no. He says, you stop, Danny. Can't get sapped in the bed of the truck.
Do what?
Yeah, David said you can't get sap in the back of your truck.
That is very true. When everybody was over here Saturday, my buddy Keelan even asked me, he's like, why don't you drive this thing? It's like, I don't know. Everybody asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it, I bought it, and now I have it. It was
The weird thing is, as many times as I've seen it, I've never seen it run.
The keys. I think the key's in it. All I gotta do is turn it.
I get in the garage first.
There's a very important part of the situation that you're gonna need though.
What?
A gas can with gas in it.
Oh. Well, yeah, right now I don't have that because I used it all up in my lawnmower, so.
Well, it can't use the same gas as a lawnmower. When I bought it, it had 110 in it, and I only put $10 in it, and I drove it for quite a bit. And then I used to go outside and crank it, and one day I was letting it run, and just never fired back up after that. It'll turn over and try.
Trevor said he sent you a picture.
Richard, if you need to borrow the Ford to jumpstart it, I'll let you.
You can do that actually if you want to do that. I don't mind that at all. I appreciate that. I don't mind at all. I would I'd actually like if you'd like use it to bring gas for it. It would work a lot better.
This is a very important part, gasoline.
Is anybody going to the so I went to Walmart yesterday. I don't like the Walmart deals that are online. So if you read like their advent calendars online are all marked down to $20. And if you click on the advent calendar and start reading I think it's like the requirements, maybe is what it's called. I don't know. It's like the first thing you click. It'll tell you in there that the last line of it says that they are eligible to pretty much give you the discount in store. And when I went to Walmart, I picked up the Star Wars one, took it to the front, and of course, what did they say? Can't do it. So I ended up leaving without it because I'm still not paying $45 for an advent calendar. Y'all bought it.
Three. Yeah, I picked up 3 of the Friends ones for $25.
I just want 2 of the characters out of the Star Wars one. Maybe, well, I think it's 2 or 3. But I'm not paying that. I'm trying to get a little smarter with what I buy.
A lot of if you look at Target's website, a lot of their prices will say when purchased online, but you can go right to customer service and they'll match it.
Well, that's what Walmart. That's what Walmart says.
So they had that going last year like that, and they said they couldn't match it in the store, but that you could literally stand there in the store, order it online on the app, and they would go get it and bring it to you.
So I asked them that, and they told me that it could take up to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because the order has to be placed, and then they have to get the order, and then it has to verify, and then they have to print like a pick ticket, and then someone has to go pick it. It ain't like I could just pull one up to the front and say, "Here, this is mine."
That's what they let us do last year.
I stood in line. You went and picked them up.
Now, they did tell me that if it was out of stock online, they would cover it.
Renee says she found. We just picked up some for $22 at the Wilson Wally World. The Wilson Walmart.
I need are y'all putting them on y'all's store? No, I don't need Omega. I want I think it's Palpatine in a Christmas sweater, the clone, and then the Gronk. I have Omega.
Check it out. That's ice.
What is it?
It's that new weird glitter trans.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Glitter trans clear or whatever it is.
Mayo said when AFAL see good minifigures and advent calendars are on sale, there's none for the kids. I was actually talking to like Whiskey about this in our group chat earlier. I don't know. People, I think it's hilarious when people buy. Well, I'm not going to say. Trying to figure out a way to word this because I am guilty of this. But having tons of figs that people do nothing with is just kind of pointless to me. Like if you're going to buy all those figs, build a mock. If I had to choose between sets and figs because of money, I would choose obviously the sets. That way I actually had something.
Okay, I got 3 naked gingerbreads. I got 3 naked little gingerbread men. Now I gotta decorate them. They're cute.
Are they edible?
Not these. These are the holiday ones that we ordered that came out. I got 2 boxes because you're supposed to be able to make, as many designs as you want.
Yeah.
So I bought 2, but I'm just starting with the first 3. Because last year we decorated Christmas tree just in Lego ornaments.
Hey, look, I bought some of this stuff from Renee, and they only sent me 1 axle pin. There isn't 70 in there.
Keep looking.
I know there's not. I shouldn't have ordered them, but I did.
Renee made the gingerbread too.
I'm actually excited to build this plane. Like I said, I really wish I had all the pieces.
Okay, I want to share something with you, so let me put me on camera. All right, so like Renee was saying, we made the gingerbread. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these books, but they're inside each one. There's a bunch of different ornaments that you can make for your Christmas trees. And they don't have the pieces. You have to, get them on Bricklink. But they give you the step-by-step on how to make them. There's the table of contents, gives you all the choices. That's not a very good picture.
Where'd you
But
get
anyway, I got them on Amazon. I got the books on Amazon a couple of years ago. What, about 2 or 3 years ago when we first got started on this? And I pick out the things I'd like, and he went and bought me a bunch of the little hooks to help hang them with.
2 plate with the eyelet on top.
I mean, there's stuff like as cute as little cameras. And I like volume 2 because volume 2 has the Santa. Here's a picture. And has French fries, ornaments, and you can change the colors of the ornaments on that one to whatever color you have or want to do. But that was a cool. And they had this little gingerbread house. So it's a step-by-step on how to make each one and what pieces you need.
Basically, I created a bunch of Bricklink wanted lists for the different ornaments so you could go in and just order what you wanted.
Yeah, the tree is here. Trying to see where the tree was. But it was a cool. There's this confetti tree is what they call this one. So, but anyway, I just had to share this.
That's actually a really good idea, but it just sucks that people. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that buy that don't understand what Bricklink is.
Well,
we talked about putting kits together, but the problem that we came up with was we're using somebody else's design. About the time we started selling kits using their design, we'd end up getting a cease and desist.
What? What is that?
But those are cool. They were fun to do. And so I've been trying to add a few each year to the tree. So this year I'll add my gingerbread men.
Hey, he won't come out of the profit then.
Oh, no, he won't. No, you can't sell this one. Yeah, sorry, honey. Can't sell him.
I was about
Or
to ask
them.
you, do you place orders to take pieces out of your store, or do you just steal them?
So it's funny you mentioned that. There's a big discussion going on about Bricklink store owners and how do you get parts out of your inventory to do your own mocks. You know, the reality of it is you basically take it out of your inventory.
So she's stealing pretty much, is what you're
Not
saying.
yet, no, because before then, we really didn't have the store up and going that much, and so I was not stealing. I was asking permission. Gene, can I have this out of here? Gene, can I have this one out of here? He'd take it out of the inventory then, but I haven't done any of these in a while.
The reality of it is I didn't have the balls to say no.
It's a smart man. Smart man.
Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share today. I thought I forgot about the books.
So Renee, Tori can message you who does the books so you can find them.
Yeah, it's Amazon.
Yeah,
Says the Lego Christmas Ornament Book. And there's two. There's a volume 1 and a volume 2. I don't remember what I was doing that made me think about that today. And you said we were doing the winter theme. I thought,
I haven't bought. I looked at that book a bunch that y'all, the one y'all gave me about the architecture.
mm-hmm.
yeah.
I wish there was some stuff in there that told you how to build what.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that is the book by the guy that calls himself the Lego architect.
Yeah, that's what it says on the front. I actually got it right there. Can't reach it, but I can see it.
He's
A lot of that
produced,
architect stuff like that is really cool to realize how it's built. Renee, since y'all gave me all these cups, do y'all want all these baggies back?
I reused the baggies last time you gave me.
I got a bunch here if you want them.
Yeah, I used them for inventory.
Look, I even ordered tires.
For me?
we have a few of those.
Just a
You
few.
got a lot more to add to inventory.
Well, I got y'all's cart ready. It says that y'all have some of this stuff.
Okay.
I'll probably place it whenever we get off. And then hopefully I can be on my way to being a little bit closer to this. I know it's 179 lots. And I have the majority of it right now. And hopefully by next month I'll be able to build this thing.
Later, Maya.
Have fun, Mayo.
Take it easy, man. What does everybody think should be some of the stuff that I guess, well, a lot of people don't know this yet. I posted the post. There will be some big changes coming in like 2 weeks. the show is definitely going to go a lot more structured than it's ever been. We got a new person coming on. That I don't think any of y'all have actually met yet.
I need to call you about that the other day. That's cool.
Those are cute. Hopefully they won't pull the branches down.
Call me about what?
The 2 week from now thing. I'll talk to you about it later.
Yes, sir. This thing really does have some windows in it. And then hopefully it ain't gonna be next Saturday, but we can have some fun in here. I probably will see if I can't get a couple people in there. I got a buddy that wanted me to get Ryan from M&R on. Guess I can.
Surprised you didn't talk Rocco into joining the stream the other morning.
No, that was a last minute thing because they didn't. I've had a bunch of images and some people to credit.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the micro builds were like true micro builds. They were all pretty small. So I was like, man, I know this guy. And it was like a last minute thing. That's why I just threw his stuff up from Instagram.
Well, I know this guy.
I do happen to know somebody.
1, 2, 3.
What had happened was.
Uh-huh. What?
But boy, every time you started to talk about him and explain about him, somebody had to cut in and
That's normally how it goes when you got more than one person. Every time somebody tries to talk, somebody else decides to talk. I don't really know how you ever combat that.
Raise your hand. My turn.
Miss Krause, how long has it been since you've heard that?
Oh, I love it. It's been a while now.
How much do you miss it?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
You ain't got a lot of me.
I really don't. I miss it at all.
I ordered a lot of parts that I probably have.
And speaking of Rocco, he just sent out a patronage.
Patreon.
Patreon. Mm-hmm. I need to get his statues, the columns, so I can put them on the tree. Because he attaches a ribbon with them, so you can use them as an ornament.
Do y'all have a lot of his stuff, like a lot of his builds?
Yeah, pretty much of them. I have a couple I won't build because they're they're in single digits. It's like 6 of something, 49 or 6. And I won't build them because he's going to be something one day and I'm going to have some money. That's my thinking.
I mean, he already is something.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun next year hanging out with him and everybody again. It's going to be just around the corner. It feels like it's going to be forever, but it's just around the corner. And I think I talked to Haley, and I know there's going to be some people that are probably like upset to hear this or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to Chicago.
Tired?
think I'm gonna stay here.
What's up, Hal?
There's
He said he sent you a message, Richard. David Krause goes, is the new person a hot redhead? Do I need to get a wig?
I mean, we can get Haley to dye her hair red. I've been trying to get her to do that anyway.
Oh, there you go.
She was actually going to come on tonight, but since we're having everything here tomorrow, he decided.
And you haven't done anything to help.
Well, her and her mom just bounced and went to Walmart to get a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay.
They, I don't really know what they're getting, which is a bad thing, but I do know that every time they do go, it's usually a not a good thing.
Does she come back with Legos for you?
No, not at all. And I saw somebody ask, I think it was, I read it and forgot to answer, Trevor. So I went in the 332nd troops and the 501st are both on sale. I only bought 2 332nds and came back here to actually see what I have. I think I'm going to buy like 6 more 332nds and I'm going to call it quits on them. I won't buy any more clones unless they come out with another Legion. If they drop another Legion, I'll gang up on them. But I have over 50 187. I have right at somewhere around, I think it was 64 332nds, and I have over 140 of the 501st. So I think I've exceeded where I was going to go with that.
So tell us you have a problem without actually telling us you have a problem.
Well, it's better for me to get these things now if I'm going to do the mock while they're on sale versus get them when they're price hike, because it doesn't make any sense. The minifigs themselves are, I mean, if you buy 3 minifigs, that's what the set costs. So you might as well just buy the set. I mean, it makes no sense not to. You're getting a free build with the minifigures.
Ooh, wrong way.
So you might as well. I mean, at least that's my thinking, at least. So I need to get 2 more windshields? Holy crap. I did not realize. Hive, I messaged you back. I sent you a link. I did not realize this thing had so many windshields in it.
Haley would love these little gingerbread men.
Yeah,
They
they
are
still
cute.
are. I don't think they're, Trevor, I don't think they're going to bounce back up for a little while.
Ooh, snoring.
So now to separate what matters.
The redhead with green eyes. Turn.
I don't know. I can convince Haley to dye her hair red. I've tried. She said it would look good, but she's never done it, so I must be failing. I got some more blue tiles for the castle. Got some more black tiles for the castle. Got some more of these orange leaves. I did buy all the orange leaves that Lene had. Trevor said Alana has gone red a couple times. Haley used to. She used to dye her hair all kinds of colors, but she hasn't done it in like, I think 2 years, and I don't think I'm going to convince her to go back. I mean, look, stud, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, or there's anything wrong with your decision. I'm just saying that you got good taste. That's a good addiction or an obsession to have. There's nothing wrong with that one. I'm not going to deny that you got a
You got them all done?
good obsession there.
Then they show you some more ideas
Look at my-
if you want to do some more.
First part of my pick a brick order. Got all these
The
horses.
tree fell.
She's calling it to the
I
house.
know.
See, like
Calling it to
this.
the tree.
This is something right here, Gene, that I need to like stop. Talk about like addictions.
Yeah.
These horses. I think I'm going to end up. I think me and you talked about it at one time. I think I'm going to trade out all the horses in my army for these new style because there's 8 more. My college girlfriend was beautiful with red hair and green eyes, but she was so insecure. She was gorgeous. And I've learned that all girls are insecure. I don't understand it. It's like every girl you talk to doesn't think that there's something. He said drawn like the 90s show. Man, I'm going to let you know, whoever drew the 90s X-Men Jean Grey probably didn't just draw comics for TV, because they knew exactly where to add certain things. They emphasized on certain features. We'll say that. I know with Stud being an artist and everything, I know he knows what we're talking about. If he doesn't, he needs to stop whatever he's doing and go watch like the 90s show.
Lily's at Walmart shopping. Her buggy looks pretty empty in the pictures you sent me.
Well, her mom's with her, and her mom's reasonable, so.
Mom could have another buggy too. I don't see but one buggy. It was just one picture.
Look at all these legs. He's got legs. And if for some reason, I'm not sure why, but I ordered 20 of every color of pumpkin. I originally did it for the farm, but I'm not really sure how big the farm is going to be.
Okay, I'm gonna go make some cookies.
You say you're going to make us some cookies?
I'm gonna go make some cookies. Yep, I'll be right back.
Are you bringing any?
No, I'm not bringing you cookies. So sorry.
What kind of DoorDash system do y'all run?
You want some of that too?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Yes. Another one?
So I got a question for everybody out there now that I got this order in. I have a plan, and a lot of people know this, but the plan is that in the farm there will be 8 rows of different vegetables, and on one of those rows is going to be grapes. One of them is what you call it? Oh, what are they? I just had one of them over here a second ago. The weird like stalk piece that comes out.
The corn stalk?
These, yeah. I've got these, and I've got some corn, and I want to do 2 rows of corn, but I've got a row of marijuana to put in there too.
That's what I was waiting to hear.
Yeah, I bought all the ones that Citizen Brick had last year in dark green, but I'm trying to make it to where it stands out. So I can't put it next to the corn because the corn is going to stand a little taller. But I do have almost 15. I think I have 14, but I have 14 marijuana plants. And then I bought these these white heads. That is a purchase that I bought that I don't know why I purchased. All them, so I bought them. Sorting this is never any fun. Alternate candidate said it's called cannabis, sir. I think they call it the marijuana plant, though. So I just want to call it by what they call it. I didn't want anybody to get confused and then go looking for something and then blame me because it doesn't exist. Y'all know how people are. And then I did buy 20 of these 2x2 round tiles that are reddish brown with the tree stump that is printed on top. I'm gonna put some cut down trees in the field.
It wouldn't fit on the cookie sheet.
Stud, I don't want to do that song. What I would like to find is the song that Up in Smoke by Cheech and Chong. Is there a medieval sounding Up in Smoke? I will tell y'all that the next castle video you see, I do have all except for one base plate of the water designed. I'm just waiting on to find out from a certain someone how deep I got to let it be for a motor to sit in.
You know, I meant to go down there and look at that when we were there the other day.
Would it be easier if I just hit it in the house?
Yeah.
All right. That'll be the plan then. I don't know if they would do that. Song's pretty slow now as it is. It would definitely be interesting.
Go right.
Gene, you're gonna get me hit for copyrighted. You sound just like them. Well, Hive asked for a link and I sent him one, but he never came on. Now I'm getting the text. What do we need from Walmart? I have no idea. Do you think let's put a little bet on, guys. It says there's 10 people in here. How many people think I can text Haley and tell her to pick up 2 more of the 330 circuit battle packs and she'll actually do it?
Well, I know you can do it. Whether she'll follow it or not is the question.
She'll do it. I have faith.
So, Gene, I want you to listen to this, y'all. Well, Whiskey's met Haley too. So, this is how my wife is, right? How long have you known me, Gene?
4 years?
What is my profession? What do I do every day?
You go to work, you log on to YouTube, and you upload movies.
So
Oh no, you You're a mechanic.
Haley sent me a message or text me last week and told me that her she has a maintenance light that comes on when she's like I think it's like 2,800 miles into an oil change is what we got it set at. So I told her, I was like, well, check the oil and see how low it is. So I don't really know how low it is. She checked it and says it was just a little bit low. So she bought a quart and poured some in there and said that it was at the right level. I was like, all right. So I go bring her car to work yesterday. I pop the hood, raise the car, drain the oil, do everything, check everything down below, lower it back down, and go to put oil in it. And I start blaming the guys around me because there's no oil cap on the car. And I'm like, which one of y'all are messing with me? Like, why'd y'all take the oil cap off the car? So she's joking.
All right, what'd she
What just
say?
happened?
Everyone that just bet against me is wrong because she just sent me a picture with two of them in her hands and she goes, is it these you're talking about? But anyway,
Told you.
so I pop the hood. I go to put oil in the car. There's no oil cap in there, right? So I'm like, what in the world did you do with the oil cap? So I text her and I was like, what'd you do with the oil cap? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, the oil cap that was on the engine, what'd you do with it? And she was like, it's on the engine. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it's gone. And she was like, what do you mean it's gone? I was like, well, you didn't tighten it back down if you took it off. And she was like, I did tighten it down. And I'm like, well, it's not on here now. So I set my phone down and start going around the shop to see if there's one off of a Subaru laying around. And of course I find one and it's the wrong, like it's way bigger than a Honda one. So I tell her that I'm trying to find one. Well, she starts like freaking out thinking that she's like done something to her engine or something's going to happen. And I run up to Acura, grab one off a car, off of a blown up engine, bring it down there, and I put it to the side. And I was like, hey, I got an oil cap. I took a picture of it laying on the engine cover. And she was like, oh, I left that there? And I was like, no, I went to Acura and got one. And she was like, oh, my God, how much was it? And I was like, it was expensive. It was $150. So she cash apps me $150. And I was like, Haley, I'm just joking. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I was just joking. It didn't cost $150 for an oil cap. I was like, I took it off of an engine. So the joke's been I've got $150 for doing her oil change.
Nice.
Next time, maybe she won't forget it. Stud said if she does, that's her rad wife. David said, I don't think she will. Will said, did she check her blinker fluid? That's wild because most wives would say, hell no. But will she pick up two more for me if I text her and ask? Place your bets, double or nothing. I'm going to bet she is not going to pick anything up that you message her. I don't know. She might. She might. But I doubt it. So if she bought two more, that's two more I don't have to buy. I need to go ahead and make my video of me opening all these, scanning in these instruction codes. Does anyone want to buy all the pieces that come out of the 501st and the 332nd battle packs? I don't even know what's in there. Oh, we got another guest. What's up? What's up?
Dude, $150 for an oil change, man. I'm reporting you to the Better Business Bureau. The fuck? What's happening, man? How you doing?
Bro, that's not
What's
too
up?
far off. You realize that our dealership, it's $100 to get your oil changed.
Yeah, when you get stuff done at the dealership, it's going to cost you a whole lot more. I've learned that in the past. Sometimes, occasionally, you don't really have a choice unless you know somebody that really knows, what they're doing. But
well, we just are. It's not every vehicle from this year, but on some of the vehicles from this year, they dropped the oil to 0.16. And 0.16 as from what I'm being told right now is like a dealership only thing that the product companies haven't been there to make it. Like Valvoline doesn't have it yet. All the other companies don't really have it yet. That it's like fizzling into stores. So some of these cars have to go to dealerships. I know most Audis take like I think it's 0.40, which, if you know how oil works, is really odd to me.
yeah. What's up, Trevor? What's up, Order 66? Campbell City Brick House and Wayne, what's happening? How's everybody doing?
Like at that point,
yeah, there was some kind of sudden change of plans about some things that were happening over the next couple days. So normally I'm playing D&D at this time, but since that was kind of canceled, I was just like, well, I never get to come on here, so let me see about jumping on here for a little bit, saying hi.
Y'all got a bunch of people coming over tomorrow?
No, we were supposed to be going to South Carolina.
Oh, that's
Where were
right.
you going in South Carolina?
I'm sorry?
Where were you going in South Carolina?
I don't remember. Honestly. I was told a few times, but I've had a lot going on, and Mrs. Hive, she handles like all of this stuff. But it kind of, obviously I'm not gonna get into like personal stuff, you know what I mean? But I will say that we didn't get our money refunded for the hotel, the plane tickets, or the kennel boarding place for the dog. Yeah, dude, we lost out about almost $1,000. I mean, now the hotel is just completely non-refundable, but the place for the dog and the plane, we at least got credit.
Did the hotel not offer you a stay at a different date?
I don't know the exact details. Like I said, Mrs. Hive handled it, but she is much better at being assertive about stuff without losing her shit compared to me. I'm good. I'm good for a little bit. I am. I'm completely.
I don't believe that.
No,
I believe you wait to hear the answer no like twice, and once you hear the answer no twice or the answer you don't want to hear twice, you're just ready to go. You're like, look.
Yeah, I mean,
Hive rant pops up on the bottom of the phone.
Honestly, it's just like with a lot of things that concern me, especially as I get older in life, man. It just depends on. It's completely random. It just depends on what time of day it is, what kind of mood I'm in, what's going on. Because we were discussing that earlier about road rage, so to speak, and she again is very assertive with her road rage, but she doesn't quite lose her shit the way I do. Because I'll honk, dude. I'll honk on the horn, dude. I will yell it. I will stick my head out the window and yell at you. I will tell you how much you suck at driving, dude. I will make sure you know. And even when I'm a little more calm about it, you're gonna see me give you the stare. The problem is there has been a couple of times, in the oh god, how long have I been driving, man? A couple decades now. That has not gone over very well. And without even getting into the couple incidents I've seen more and more things on like YouTube, like videos of people like just starting stuff with random strangers and it not ending well for them.
Somebody sent me a video earlier today actually of something exactly what you're talking about. Two people, I don't know what the altercation started as, but they
Right.
said it was road rage.
Right.
The person pulls up to the person next to him at the stoplight, gets out of his car, walks over and kicks in the window of the other car, runs back to his car and just speeds off.
So, I mean, look, everybody knows how much I rant, you know, and blah, 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 you know what I mean? But I still have a level of sanity, you know what I mean? I have a line that I don't cross. I don't hurt people, you know what I mean? Like, I'll hurt your feelings, you know what I mean? But like, I won't physically hurt anybody. That's like a line I won't cross, you know what I mean? Now, I'll defend myself, you know, or friends or family if they're being attacked or something, that's different. But like, so I don't want to like get into an altercation, honestly, you know what I mean? For something stupid, for no good reason, you know what I mean? Because either A, I'm going to get hurt and go to the hospital or worse, you know what I mean? Or I'm going to hurt somebody and either regret that, you know, because, you know, sometimes you do crap out of anger, or I'm going to get in trouble, you know, with the law. Maybe I hurt them and I go to jail or something, you know, who knows, you know, maybe they sue me, you know, it's like, you just don't know, man. And I've like I was telling Mrs. Hive when we were talking about the road rage thing, I was like, look, I feel justified when I'm giving somebody the middle finger or telling them how much they suck at driving, because I really feel like people need, because that's why, dude, that's a lot of times why so many people do stuff, because nobody ever says anything to them. You know what I mean? Just let them get away with it. You know, it's like, so I feel justified doing it. The problem is, I don't know if I'm going to like the outcome of a lot of these situations. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to be smart about stuff. So there's a real balance in there somewhere, man. And I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm going to say, like, I'm a very aggressive driver, I believe. And I don't necessarily think that there's too many, like, I'm one of those type of people where if you cut me off, I'm just going to let you cut me off. If you slam on the brakes in front of me, I'm just going to let you slam on the brakes in front of me. I don't try to, I guess, assert any kind of dominance when it comes to the roadway.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's kind of random with me. Kind of depends, like, on different things. You know what I mean? But, you know, sometimes, and some things are really minor, and those things I don't think I let get to me that much. You know, it's just kind of an annoyance. But other things, I'm like, dude, you could have just killed people.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing I don't understand is, it's like, okay, you're driving aggressively. It's not just me that would get hurt. Like, you realize you would be in the accident too.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, man, I do not understand some people's level of thinking, dude.
I like to drive a car like most people like to ride a motorcycle. I would rather be in the front of whatever like crap is going on. Chef finally made it.
Yeah.
You can't drive a motorcycle, Richard. Come on.
You're right. Technically, you can. Motorcycle.
I can, yes, but you probably can't.
Hey,
You can
Secret
hardly
Squirrel.
stand line long, keep that bike up.
Do what?
I said you can hardly stand line long, keep a bike up.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If you're riding a motorcycle, your legs aren't going to be long enough to reach the ground anyway.
I can reach the ground on my Harley.
Mrs. Hive, I gotta tell you, man.
Wait, Chef, is that the 12-volt pound wheels, Harley?
Hey, you never mind what volt it is. Actually, it is an 18 volt. I hooked up my Ryobi battery to it, so it goes a little faster.
There you go.
Is that the one you took from your work truck?
Yeah.
Mrs. Hive has been totally adamant about me not getting a bike.
Why?
She's convinced, and I agree with her, but she's convinced that I'm gonna freaking just kill myself on it and get into like a bad accident. Which I say I agree with her, but I don't know, man.
I really wanted one for a long time, to the point of I actually went to Harley and was looking at them. And the only reason I didn't is because like it seems like every week down here, somebody seems to be killed on one.
And look, I want to emphasize too, it's not just me I feel like I would respect the bike. You know what I mean? And respect that power it has. Because you got to think, man, you're just driving an engine with 2 wheels.
Yeah, but see, that's my issue. Is I'm bad enough in a car, and I like to push limitations, especially if I get comfortable.
Well, on my end, I feel like, even though I would respect that, I feel like I can't deny there would maybe be some occasions where I would be like pissed and throttle it a little too hard, or just do something a little too dumb. You know what I mean? Like shave a little too much of safety off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's more, I feel like it's just other drivers, dude.
That's the big issue.
I mean,
Other
So
drivers.
I'm like, I'm one
I
of
mean-
the few people that'll tell you, like, I hate, like, this is gonna sound very like bad, but I hate the motorcyclists that are like, well, everyone needs to look both ways before pulling out, and everybody needs to respect the motorcycles on the road, because 9 times out of 10, the same people that have that on their like bike or talk and preach that are the same guys that are going down the highway at 100 miles an hour trying to weave in and out of cars.
well, yeah, I mean, because me and Shai have had this debate sort of conversation before about like, yes, there are definitely bikers that don't respect the road. They're reckless, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. I feel in a controlled environment, dude, you could dude, go for it, right? But like not in traffic and stuff, not with other cars, right? But more than that, yeah, I know there's just so many people, dude, and not even just with motorcycles, with truck drivers, dude. Like, I give truck drivers, man, as much right away as I possibly can, because the amount of stress those guys deal with, and you know, all that, and plus I've had family that was a truck driver, so I at least know, you know what I mean, like what that's like. But dude, people just, I know it sounds cliche because we all say it, you know, about like bad drivers and stuff, but like there's just seems to be so many, dude. And not just people that don't use blinkers, but I mean like people are just speeding, weaving in and out of traffic, man. Like just like in Baltimore, I don't know if it's a trend or something. I'm seeing more and more people just running through stoplights. Not stop signs, dude. Stoplights.
Down here, there's a
I did
huge
my first
trend
in
of-
Chicago. First ever.
Down here, there's a huge trend of people putting student driver stickers on vehicles. Like they're like 50 years old, or 30 years old, and they have a student driver.
I have been wondering about that
Is it
because
up there?
I didn't think too much of it, but yeah, I have seen tons of cars with student driver stickers. I'm like, God dang, dude, everybody's changing these fucking.
I have
Sorry.
one on
I don't
my
know if I
vehicle.
can curse on your stream. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Chef said he has one on his vehicle.
I do. But I got a 16-year-old learning how to drive too.
Good night, Will.
See you later, man.
Will,
I'm
Will,
Waiting on her driver's
call
test.
me or message me.
Don't do it, Will. It's a trap.
No, he wants a minifig I'm selling, man, and I don't want to sell it because he said he wants it. So I need to make sure, you know, what's up.
Are you buying anything Black Friday?
I'm not buying anything Black Friday, dude.
Of course, it is.
Dude, shit. Does Wayne drink whiskey?
What are you buying?
Well, I'm for sure buying Avengers Tower. And
Well, I
I'm
knew
gonna
that.
take a picture of it with me in it, and then I'm gonna tag you on Instagram and be
What's
like,
wrong with you?
look at all these beautiful minifigs. Look at this.
When you do that, you should also go buy a 1992 Honda Civic for like 12 grand too. You're gonna be out there throwing away money for crap. You might as well keep throwing away money.
I hear you, man.
Hey, I told you, I really like that build. I just think
I
it's
know, I'm
funny
just
to
messing
jack
with
the
you.
price up for those stupid minifigs.
Will, you don't have to rush, brother. I haven't got a chance to touch base with you. That's all. So check this out. This kind of blew my mind. I was going to talk to you guys about it. So, because my original plan was, and I guess I got to message Brick Babe just in case, but my original plan was we were going to leave the airport coming back. We were going to leave the airport and stop at the Arundel Mills Mall because it's close by to the airport.
Yeah.
And that's where the Lego store is that I generally go to because it's better than the one that they all go to. However, I'm not my trip, I'm not getting into too much detail, is changed. So now I can actually just go when they open. So I decided, I was like, well, I'm not sure if it's 11 or 10 o'clock on Black Friday or when they open. You know what I mean? So I was like,
is it the mall opening? It's in a mall, right?
uh-huh.
So does the mall open at special hours?
Oh, dude, let me tell you. So I called him and I said, hey, when do you guys open on Black Friday? He says 6 a.m. I said, what?
That's not even that early.
Dude, what are you talking about?
6
Early
a.m.
for
is
that
not
one.
early. You think 6 a.m. is early?
I said earlier than I want to get up.
Oh, bro, I'll be.
Well, I
Black
guess
Friday at 4 a.m., I'll be at Walmart.
Well, I mean, you're really just blowing this or being very, very nonchalant about this 6 o'clock in the morning thing. I guess we would have to be depending on our definitions of early.
Well, I mean, what time do you get up to go to work?
Usually about 6 o'clock.
See? So what's the difference?
I don't live right next door to the Arundel Mills Mall.
Yeah, but didn't you say it was only like 20 minutes from me?
No, it's like 45 minutes away.
Oh. Yeah, like Trevor said. Trevor said he used to be at Sears at 4 a.m. on Black Friday. Our mall, I don't think there is a store. The mall near like me and Trevor, I don't think there's a store in there that's even worth shopping at.
Well, first of all, it's got to be just a Black Friday thing because I've never even heard of Lego store opening up that early anyways. But also,
the way that works, though, has nothing to do with the Lego store. It has to do with the mall. The mall, if a mall if it's a, what is it called? It's not a franchise, but if it's like a corporation, like American Eagle and Aeropostale and all like the big corporations like that, if the mall opens that they at a like whatever, they have to open.
well, let me ask you guys, besides Avengers Tower, is there anything else insane or big that's coming out to Black Friday?
No.
No.
So it's really more about deals and stuff, probably, right?
Well, I don't
Yep.
even know what deals they're doing except for the gift with purchases. And I don't think the gift with purchases, I can't seem to find any info on those because it goes back to like, remember when we were all excited about getting the 100-year Mickey Mouse thing again that was coming back out, and then come to find out it was only when you ordered off of Disney's website. There's stuff like that. Like the cab, I think is the only what you call it, Avengers Tower. I think the only thing you're guaranteed is that ugly little cab.
Well, I had heard that, I guess if they're still around, you can get the Magistos thing again. Like that's supposed to come back. That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've got one too. It's right behind me.
I think it's very
I'm selling mine though.
Yeah, I was gonna say this wasn't worth the $250 I had to spend to get it.
Well, I did the insider point thing because I wanted this for different reasons, but it was 4 times the insider points, man. So
yeah.
So like I got like 6,000 points brought off. Like you get 6,000 points. Then the gift with purchases, which I already got the Magisto one sold, and I'll either sell it or just hold on to it for a little while. But I don't want this thing.
Hit me up. I'll buy a coffee hive.
Serious?
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then I did get this just because I didn't have it, and I'm not even gonna like buy multiples and build like a bigger one. I'm just gonna build this and then fold it back in half and just set it out there in the field somewhere. It's just a nice little house to have.
You know what interests me the most about the Majesto, though? You said you have it in front of you.
Well, it's right here.
So look at the bottom of it.
I do like how it says limited edition on the box.
That's what I was about to say. That's the only gift with purchase that I've seen that says that.
Is that what you're
Limited edition?
Yeah, it says
Richard.
limited edition at the bottom of the box.
Yeah.
Richard,
Yeah.
both of these say limited edition.
Well, the
Oh
other
yeah, they got the ribbons, and those usually are the holiday ones too.
the other gift with purchases, like the pirate set, doesn't say that.
I just don't know what people's fascination is with this thing, man. I think it's just ugly. I have a feeling though that the Knight minifig is probably going to go up in value.
Well, that's the only weird thing is it's like a if they're creating that minifig for this, I'm going to be really upset because that is part of the Dragon Knights, and the Dragon Knights are who I wanted to do my army after, but I didn't just because of the fact that how expensive they were. And if this puts them up on the pick-a-brick wall, I'm going to be really upset.
Well, you just don't know with Lego, man. And maybe, maybe that's their angle. Maybe their angle is just to be totally confusing and not just to throw everybody off so nobody can read them.
Alternate says it's on the Pirate Playground, but that's weird because it's not on the Scary Pirate Island, or it's not on the Forceman or the other pirate set, or not the pirate set, the other Christmas set. So they're definitely picking and choosing what they put it on.
So anybody streaming? Wait a minute.
Anybody what?
I'm trying to decide if I should stream on Black Friday or not, because I'm building the Avengers Tower because it's going to be in the new Good Morning Brick World intro, because that's what all the sig figs are going to be on.
So you're building it this weekend?
Oh, yes.
Well, dude, it takes you a while to build something. Are you sure you want to stream that?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. If I stream,
It's going to take you twice as long.
Does it take him longer than it takes me, Richard?
Yes. So what happens is Hot starts a stream to build and to really like hang out with people in a way. And what happens is somebody tries to push a button so he will stop building. And when they push that button for him to stop building is when it goes wrong.
I think you give the chat too much credit in the button pushing part. I mean, I just randomly just talk too, you know what I mean? I think it's because it's difficult for me to concentrate on the chat and to build at the same time. Some people are pretty good at it, but I mean, if there's not much going on in the chat, that's different. I can sit there and concentrate more on building, but like, I don't know. I always like to try and engage with the chat as much as I can. So
I love streaming, but I also love coming out here and like, just about every, Thursday night before our meeting, I've got like music blaring. I'm like down here chilling.
So check it out. I haven't done my first stream or video yet, but I started the channel Burn the Air. It's happening. We're gonna see how it goes.
That's your podcast, right?
Yeah. About everything that really not Lego, So the first thing I'm gonna go off, I want to say go off about, but who knows how I'll act, you know what I mean? But because a lot of it is really just a lot of good discussion about things, you know what I mean? Rational, logical, discussion about stuff. So the first thing I wanted to do was digital media, because I've been talking about this for a long time, and then I don't know, I hadn't really thought about it much. And then I saw on the news about Best Buy and some other store is going to stop selling like physical media, like DVDs and whatever. Everything going digital, which I understand. I don't think that's it happening isn't really my problem because that's just, the way of life, things change, it's just, you got to go with the advancements and technology in life. Whether we like it or not, my problem is the price for stuff. That's my biggest issue is they're not lowering the price or the cost of the stuff.
My whole take on when it comes to the digital, I'm gonna use music for a huge example. And this is actually hand in hand the same with movies. So with music, if you don't buy CDs, you are 9 times out of 10 either using a free radio site like Spotify or Pandora, or you're paying for one like XM or like I pay for Apple Music. People pay for Spotify.
You have to look in the building.
So if you do that and you're paying for a service, you're still paying for that CD in a way. But the thing is you're paying for much more because you have the ability to listen to any artist you want. So, but the problem is you don't have that. So you spend, I think Apple Music's like $11 a month. So I spend $11 a month. But if I ever canceled that subscription, I would be completely out of all the music I had. Right. If I went and bought that CD, I could have it forever. But what's also getting harder is if you are a CD person, it's hard to even find like newer equipment with CDs. Cars haven't put CD players in them, and I don't know how long.
Yeah. Well, there's also because there's a lot more to it than just the price point that I brought up. There's what you just discussed. There's also the fact that even more to, like you said, if you didn't have your Apple thing or whatever, you wouldn't have music. It's kind of like the same with me in a way with Spotify. Like I used to download music all the time, you know what I mean? But now I just use Spotify. It's been great. I love it, But yeah, you're right. You don't have a physical copy to keep permanent. But beyond that, so let's like say with games more than anything, or movies, is now they can change things, especially when you get updates and stuff like that. Or if you watch your digital media, like through let's say Disney Plus, and let's say they change stuff, you know what I mean? So you don't get to ever see the original versions of like those movies again.
Yeah, that's very true.
Or your games might get changed in a way maybe you don't want them to be messed with. You know what I mean? You don't have that option.
The game thing is a little different because the game thing, if 9 times out of 10, a system is hooked up to the internet now, and even if it's a disc game, the game has to be downloaded to the Xbox or to the PlayStation for it to play. So a lot of the time, that stuff's being overrode anyway. Like it's being, the minute you download that game, they have the ability to update it whenever. So let's say there's a graphic scene in it that gets popped. You're never going to really find the ability to have that game without it.
Yeah. I mean, and I get that that's more on even the developer or whatever, but it's still the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just a different person doing it.
I wanted to know earlier or a second ago when we were talking about CDs. Have you went and looked at a CD lately? Like how much is a CD now?
I don't know because I haven't really looked or paid attention. I mean, like when I'm in Walmart, and I walk by like the aisle or whatever, I mean, I'll see them.
Yeah, but I've never paid attention.
But I've been noticing records lately. It seems like they're trying to make a comeback. Yeah.
Vinyl's big again.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. And look, there's a lot. It's a good discussion because there's a lot of different points that are even good and bad. There's good stuff about digital media. Don't get me wrong. But
what I was going to say, Hive, is anytime you want to watch the unaltered.
When you go to the VHS, there you go.
Yep, and I've still got a player.
And man, I wasn't even happy with the stuff George Lucas did, but that's even a whole nother discussion about stuff. And that's something I would actually like to have somebody like Sidious. Sidious, are you out in the chat? If you're still out in the chat, I would like to actually
Okay,
have
well,
you
now
on
early
the
tonight,
air
early in the morning.
to discuss discuss artwork being changed and altered. You know,
So I want to now that you brought this up, this has nothing to do with anything in this chat that anyone's going to know about. So I want to know your opinion on this. It has a little bit to do what we were talking about, just a little bit altered. So I listened to an extremely heavy metal band, right?
Mm.
The lead singer, good night, Renee. The lead singer, like 5 months ago, came out and said some stuff that came off transphobic. And he
what
called
was the band?
Transphobic.
No, the band.
Oh, thy art is murder.
Oh, okay.
Which it came off that way. He apologized. He wrote a bunch of people saying, look, that he's not. Some of his, best friends are homosexual. He has nothing against it. It's just one of those things that it kind of came out wrong. And first of all, like as a side note, he's in a band that is literally heavy metal and it's called Thy Art is Murder. They're obviously not singing about kittens and, stuff like that. You have to have some type of level of knowledge of what you're listening to. They recorded an album after this, right? The album is being promoted. He is like showing everybody online, like letting people hear teasers and all this other stuff. And the day the album drops, he is up at 12 o'clock in the morning, like talking about how excited he is and everything else, and he goes to sleep. He wakes up and realizes that he's kicked out of the band. The CD is released, and all the vocals aren't him because they had the vocals rewrote without him knowing it, and all the media that was done was wrote with the new person.
What, like they did it like behind his back before
Yeah.
the CD was released?
Yeah. So
well, I don't know, man, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that a lawyer would need to look into with that because, I mean, I don't know what the contract with a lot of that stuff is.
That's what I said, because if I write lyrics for a song that you produce and you make money off of it and I don't get a kickback for it and I didn't give you the rights to that, I could sue you.
Like, don't get me wrong. I don't, again, know what he said, but if it was something bad enough that the band was like, okay, we're not comfortable or whatever, like, okay, before we release the CD, like, we need to talk. Like, okay, you can maybe have your day in court or whatever, but if you just went and did stuff behind the dude's back, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, lawfully, if you could do that, it doesn't matter what your opinion is on the subject, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The law is the law.
That's what I was getting. That's, one of the things I was getting at is how do you, like, because I really guess that Stud would be a good one to know. Like if me and him were in an art project together and he got kicked out of it and the art got released under my name and not his, but he still helped create it. How does that work, logistically?
Well, interesting enough, what I was referring to is the artist changing their stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do they
It
have?
only depends on how the original contract was done.
Well, we'll go back for a second to George Lucas. George Lucas, you know what I mean? Like, changed the original trilogy. You know what I mean? Talking about like the main thing was like technology was better, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, okay, the reason why it's a good discussion because it gets into a lot of gray area. Because would the same thing be said for like Picasso? If the technology was suddenly presented to him, would he change his stuff? You know what I mean? Like, who decides that? I mean, because clearly, it's the artist's work. You know what I mean? So
the thing about George Lucas, though, is if it's the original trilogy, it was owned by him, so he could change and do whatever he wants.
I don't even feel like what I'm thinking as far as the discussion goes is he allowed per se? Because you're right, it's his. He can do what he wants. It's a matter of, I don't know if the right phrase is it right? Maybe more, is it good?
I think that but before anything, whether it's right or wrong, or good or bad, I think it leads anytime that something is changed it makes people wonder.
Okay.
Now, one of the things like conspiracy theory brain thinks about is, did he do that so people would do the research to go find the original? Or, is he doing that because to make like if it was an artist, for instance, all right, Picasso painted a painting but finds out that technology is better, so he repaints it. Does that mean that original, did he do that so that original painting would be worth so much more?
Well, even one more further than that. So what if, obviously, okay, let's say George didn't sell, Star Wars, okay, and he still owned it or whatever. So let's say in like 20 years, technology is even better.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the technology is even better. I could have done this before, so he changes it all over again. It's like, and I want to be clear, when I'm talking about changes, I'm not talking about like, what is it like when they redo the picture itself or make it crisper?
Remaster?
Yeah, I'm not talking about none of that. That's different because the story, all that's still intact. It's just you're seeing it better. You know what I mean? It's just making it better to view or to hear. Like if the audio was better or something. This is like you're altering whatever it was completely or adding things.
He rewrote the story, right?
Well, yeah, in a way. So, because somebody had commented when I was tearing Ahsoka apart, somebody was commenting about like the original trilogies and stuff had like flaws and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, and I rip on that stuff too, because one of the biggest things I rip on is like George Lucas. You know why we have Ewoks? Because he thought it's, again, this is kind of conspiracy, but he says we have Ewoks because Wookiees would have cost too much, right? Now you got to remember, this is Return of the Jedi, not Star Wars, or not A New Hope. They had the budget to make Wookiees, but everybody really thinks, because of the timing and all this, that it had to do with toys, because Ewoks would sell because they're cute little Ewoks.
Yeah, versus Chewbacca.
Right. So that's why we got Ewoks. So he rewrote a lot of stuff. Plus, he didn't know for sure what he was going to do with the original trilogy at first. That's why Luke and Leia have that kissing scene. Because originally Leia wasn't going to be his sister, but he had to change that because Empire Strikes Back. Was it Empire? Yeah, it was Empire Strikes Back when Yoda was like, no, there is another.
Yeah.
So now he has to have a sister.
Well, it was easier to make it a sister than bring another character into play.
Yeah. So
but see, that's where one of those things that so that I go to this with Ahsoka especially. Whenever something is wanted or it has a fan base such as Star Wars, Star Wars fans are going to depict every little scene. They're going to sit back and they're going to look and tell you, even if George Lucas wrote it himself, why it's wrong. And that's one of those things like Marvel, the Infinity War saga. I don't care what anybody says, but it's absolutely flawless. There is no true flaws to it. Like now that we have Ahsoka, which we've all waited for, the clone show or clone rebel, whatever you want to look at it, shows, and then you get to like the lightsaber fights, and it's like really choreographed and cheesy and all this other stuff, and it's immediately like, well, they could have made it better. But why didn't they make it better? Because that was it, they knew that it was going to be looked at under a microscope.
I mean, you're asking about like why they didn't make that Ahsoka better?
No, I'm just saying like you're getting to how media is changed. Like they changed the original trilogy to basically benefit the times. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that we are, like you're saying, we're in the future, we have the technology we have now. They do a show like Ahsoka. They knew that it was going to be looked at so much that they can't go back and rewrite it. So why didn't they do it right in the first place?
Well, I know how it started. What I can't figure out for the most part is why it ended the way it did. Because look, my biggest critiques about the damn show, and it wasn't just that show, but we'll just take that one for instance, was first of all the writing.
I don't want to do those.
Really cookies.
No, I just put them in
The writing was horrible.
6 minutes.
Well, you see, as of yesterday, Dave Filoni is now in charge, right?
Yeah, and look, I had a knee-jerk reaction about that because as much as I love Clone Wars and stuff, you know what I mean? Dave Filoni honestly should just stick with animation. And the thing about like the Clone Wars and all that is because he wasn't like the only one that had anything to do with that. You know, there was all kinds of writers and directors and everything. You know what I mean? He was just major, like more of just like the helm, the keeper. Like he had control of the flow of the direction of the show, and it was good. Don't get me wrong. But I think he's better at that. So this role that he's going to be in now might be better. See, here's the thing, man, is no matter what, I don't trust Disney at all anymore, dude. I just don't. Whether it's Marvel, whether it's Star Wars, like I'm still trying to check some stuff out. But dude, their shows just have been sucking, man. Because even if you get Filoni to have control of some of the direction or whatever, like you still have Kathleen Kennedy above him, and she's the one that's been.
Have you seen Loki?
Yeah, I saw the second season. I mean, I've seen the first two, but I watched the second season as well.
I think that season was actually really good, though.
What, season 2?
Yeah.
I liked it for a lot of different reasons, but at the same time, and I gauge a lot of stuff how Mrs. Hive, what she thinks about it, because she's not as critical as I am, but she feels the same way. It was pretty boring. There was just a lot of stuff that was like just total filler. And again, just like with other shows, they don't explain anything, man.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, what happened to Loki? Like, I'm assuming he took the timelines and like just held them together. You know what I mean? Like, but they just don't really explain much.
I think that all that's going to be left open for the movie, though.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know, because Loki, I've heard he's not coming back for any more Loki. You know what I mean, dude? He's been doing this character for 14 years. It's like
he's wrote into the movie.
Which movie are you talking
about? What's it? It's the next one that has all of them together in it. It's basically about Kang being the big villain.
But they're scrapping Kang now.
I don't know. He's
it's
Deadpool 3. He's credited in Deadpool 3 as Loki.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know what? It might not be Loki. It might be Morbius.
I don't know, dude, anymore, dude. I really don't. Because now they've gotten it to where, like, it was one thing when the Marvel, the MCU, you watched all the shows, the movies that connected and stuff. But for the most part, really, you could watch any of those movies and separately and enjoy them separately. But if you did follow them, and connected all the dots, it led up to a bigger thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? They did it well, and it's hard to do. And it was almost like lightning in a bottle with what the MC did. But now they've got like all these. Well, now they've got like Ahsoka, you know what I mean? You had to watch like Clone Wars and Rebels and all this stuff to understand. And like, the Marvels, you had to watch Ms. Marvel and then WandaVision and, other, like, it's too much, man. And not only that, but I don't know, man. I have a lot of like spicy hot take opinions, man. I don't want to like get your show in trouble, but like, there's just so much bull that is being done with all these movies, and they just keep doing it over and over and over.
Well, Marvel is definitely in a place where they had to either make something, make a drastic change to make it better, or just stop like and redo the whole thing. Because I mean, you're completely right. They gave us 24 movies that were absolutely amazing. And then the next one we see is just like, what in the heck did we just watch?
Yeah, Trevor says Secret Wars. Yeah, that's before, and it's the Secret Wars. They're going to base that off the one that Hickman did not too long ago, not the original one back in the 80s. But says they haven't scrapped Kang yet, not fully. I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't even think MCU knows what's going on. But now I'm hearing talks of like trying to pull in Doctor Doom, instead earlier, which that was another thing that I was like, what are they doing, man? Like, you've got the property rights to the X-Men, to Fantastic Four, all these stuff that Fox was owned, man. And what are you doing? You're messing around with Agatha Harkins and Echo and stuff. Like, I mean, these D-list characters in the comic book world.
I think that when we see an X-Men the next, it'll be worth the wait. But I just feel like it's going to be to a point where it, like you're saying, it's going to come out when everybody's tired of Marvel.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm just look, and I am a hardcore comic book fan. You know what I mean? I've been like up until phase 4, I had seen every single MCU movie at the theater. You know what I mean? Like some of them more than once. When it comes to Star Wars, it's like clearly I'm an insanely huge fan, of even like The Force Awakens I've loved, you know what I mean? But like,
yeah.
I'm sick and tired of them taking like legacy characters and treating them like crap. You know what I mean? And B, swapping every single character around, whether it's gender or race or whatever. You know what I mean? That makes no damn sense. There's so many different things that they're just doing, and it's just like you're losing your fan base. There's a reason why like Star Wars was kept alive for so long. There's a reason why Marvel Comics and stuff was kept alive and the MCU did so damn good and stuff. You had a fan base, you know what I mean? And now you're taking these characters and all this stuff that these fans loved and doing all this other stuff. And it's like, then you don't understand why, like you're failing in the box office, why the comic book industry is dying.
I think the comic problem now is that they're overloading us with too much.
When you say in the comics?
Just like in the movies and the comics, like there's just too much material.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of companies and stuff, they get greedy.
Oh yeah.
But like, the best thing that they could have done, honestly, it was just rebooted the MCU after Endgame. That's the best thing they could have done, man. And it would have made sense. Like, tie into some like alternate timeline or whatever, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to have your original characters anymore. So it's better just because you can't do what they do in the comic books and just keep pushing the same characters forever, man. You know what I mean?
Jeff
the alligator.
Yeah, Jeff says, "What's the person who builds the alligator win?"
I don't know what he means.
I will build you an alligator quicker than anybody on this stream right now for $100.
Wait, I want an alligator. Wait, a Lego?
Yeah.
I don't have. Jeez, I'd have to go digging for the right parts, man. Yeah, I hear you, Trevor. I hear you, man.
You got your alligator.
Oh wow, dude! You built that quick.
Yeah. I'm a fast builder.
Oh man, do I get up super early and get to the Lego store at 6 a.m.?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Is it going to be packed at 6 a.m.?
Yes.
Damn.
Definitely.
Dude, that's crazy.
I mean,
we won't be there.
Well, that's the last thing I'll put in my vlog before I put weekend review out on Saturday.
Is it Didn't you say Lene was meeting you there, or you're trying to get her?
Oh,
there?
well, that's why. Well, look, man, between me, you, the panel, and the chat, and I guess the internet, I doubt she was going to show up.
I know that she was posting a lot yesterday, but I haven't seen much from her today.
I know she said she was or whatever. I doubt it. She could call me out on it. And now, like, I wouldn't even think about asking because, yeah, 6 in the morning is a little early.
And I've got so many pieces to be added to the castle.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to ask Wayne and even Will if they were going to want to meet up there. But like I said, I'm not going to ask anybody to be there at 6 in the morning, dude.
6 in the morning, not like that's pretty.
I know you said it's not early, but again, it just means I have to get up because remember, it's like I get about 45 minute drive there.
Yeah.
So that's me leaving at what 5:15, and that's if I want to be there at 6. I don't know if there's gonna be a line. Then that's if I leave at 5:15, but I have to get up, like take a shower, wake up, you know what I mean, grab some coffee. So we're talking like I got to get up at probably like I don't know, like 4:30 at least if I want to make it by 6.
Hell no.
I believe in you.
What are the odds that the tower would sell out?
Guaranteed.
At the price point, I find it like not happening at all.
Yeah, I know, right? I will say it would be a hell of a good rant if I got up that early and shit, went there, and I didn't get the tower.
Would I get a call?
The amount of rage.
Would I get a call?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Well,
It'd be
you
like
will effing believe this.
the
As
power
soon as
of
you say that, I'll be like, "Oh, yes, I can."
the power of 1,000 exploding suns, dude. I would be so freaking. Oh my god, it'd be enough rage to harness and power a few city blocks. Oh man,
I want to see that vlog.
Well, I'll vlog it for sure. Like I said, I've got about all the footage I need to get my. Dude, I realized, man, it's been almost a month since I put out a week in review.
Really?
Yeah, it was like right before Halloween, I think, when I put the last one out. Because in this one is right at Halloween because I'm in my makeup right in the beginning of it. I don't know, man. I hadn't put out really any videos except for that city update in a couple weeks. I don't know. I've just been kind of slacking, man.
I hadn't put up a castle video until yesterday, and then it ended up taking off. I mean, it's up there at views.
That's
on
good, man.
PNG.
I'm happy for you. Hi, PNG.
What I need to do though, and I keep talking about it, I need to do more videos, like different stuff, other than just me building a castle. Have you seen the ladies of Lego land members that we got now?
Jesus Christ, yes. Look, man, I don't want to sound like a dick, man. I'm happy for them. Congratulations. You know what I mean?
No, I'm happy for them. It's just
I'm just like, how many land members is Lego gonna have, dude? You know what I mean?
As many shills as they can get.
But the thing now, so I don't know if this had something to do with insiders, but I was trying to read about it. I don't know fully what a lug president is allowed to do and allowed to have and allowed to say. But some of these land members, if you look on what they're actually considered land, it's basically like saying that they're just an internet content creator, that they're not actually like, I believe that the people that are in charge of lugs are at a higher power than they are. And I don't know what that entails.
Dude, I gotta be completely honest with you. And again, I'm not trying to sound mean about it. I just don't fucking care. Dude, look, we're talking about me. We're talking about me. I get pissed off. It's called goddamn fucking AFOL Day, man.
It's called Insider Day now, ain't it?
Well, I prefer that. That makes a lot more sense. So I'm just not the right person to ask about, like, land stuff necessarily. Everybody knows how I feel about it. I don't think it's necessary. I think all it is just free advertisement for Lego. You know, they literally get millions of dollars of free advertisement from everybody. Because if you think about all the people that are in land, they get all those views. Like, think about like even TV commercials. That's why the Super Bowl, you know, like you know, costs so much to get like commercials in there, man, because all the views you get.
Yeah.
So think about all the views they get from all the YouTubers, all the vloggers, you know, the bloggers, you know, the TikTokers, the Instagrammers, you know what I mean? Like all those views, like, and all they got to do is just give out free sets. You know what I mean? And I think like even some of them, they probably wouldn't have to give out free sets. People would just do it just to have the title. So, I mean, they get a lot of free advertisement, man. And look, I know I sound salty about it. It's not about being salty. It's just I want to just make sure I'm kind of monotone about it. Because look, you know, Rich, you know, he wants to be in land. You know, if he was in land, I wouldn't be like, man, F you, I don't want nothing to do with you no more. Because like I got friends that are in land.
I'm gonna really go against you on. So I know that this is gonna sound different because it's not as big of a company as Lego, but I used to, like, I've always said something about land members, like, you know, oh, of course they're getting free sets, they're getting free this, they're doing all this stuff for free. And I always said that I would never be that person that would like kiss Lego's ass, but if Lego wanted to send me free sets, you know, bring it on. Like, I'm gonna kiss it.
Right.
But now that I have two contracts that I pretty much signed being an affiliate with. One is said and done, which is no problem whatsoever. Like I had no kind of any kind of, I guess, even thought about saying no. The second, I even sent the link to Gene to have Gene read. I just now got their product. I've never messed with anything they have before, and they're wanting me to promote them to be an affiliate. And it's basically like every time you buy something, I get paid off of it. It goes into an account, and not only do I get that money, I got a coupon to give out to get people discounts. Not only do I do that, is I get a certain amount of free product a month to advertise with. And with that being said, I don't want to get, like, I told them straight up, I was like, I'm not posting a video until I have your product because I don't know what the product is capable of, pretty much. Like, I don't want to promote something that I don't really care for.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. You went with a lot of different places with that, man. But let me start first by saying hi to Haley. Don't worry, Haley. I'm not gonna block you. Okay.
He can't block you on here.
Dude. Okay. I want to say, first of all, I do agree with the fact that, like, okay, for instance, I wouldn't touch land with a 10-foot pole, right? I think everybody knows that.
But here,
however,
why wouldn't you?
Because then I would feel contracted by what they want. Okay, dude, whenever I look, let's take it out of like whenever I see a commercial with a celebrity, right, promoting, I don't know, a Quiznos sub or whatever the hell they're promoting, right? Dude, do I think that celebrity gives two shits about that product they're promoting? No, not really. Maybe they do. Look, maybe they do. Maybe it's some of them do, right? Okay, that's fine. It does happen. I'm sure you're promoting a product you really do like. But for the most part, I don't. So what's the whole point?
You're looking at it in a way you don't need to. You need to look at it as it's a job.
Well, I know.
But you got to think,
I know, but hold on. God damn it. Let me answer, dude, because I haven't even finished answering the first 5 things you just said a few minutes ago. First of all, yes, if you want to look at it like that, that's fine. But if I go into that, again, do you think Lego is going to like all the crap that I say? No, they're not.
No,
so
but
I can't be myself if I'm working for land. Now, if I want to shut up, if I want to shut up and talk and say the things that they want me to say and make sure I promote good vibes for them, yeah, sure, I can sacrifice my integrity and go ahead and do it for a job, for money. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, but I can't do that. Now, if a different product was like, hey, we want you to promote us, you know, whatever, would you be interested? And it was something I really liked, and it was a short-term type of thing, because I know if they do something dumb and I'm going to criticize them for it, they're not going to like it. That's different. You know what I mean?
So
to be in a program, to be a part of a program, because then you're working for Lego. You know what I mean? Like, it's just basically like a sponsorship. Here's
something that the way I look at it, and I'm going to use you for an example.
Right.
All right. You like Lego, correct?
I love Lego. Yes.
All right.
The product, the company. Yeah, that's a different story.
So someone reaches out to you and they're like, hey, I work for Lego. We want you to start being a LAN member. We want to give you free product, and we want you to tell us what you think about it. And not just tell us what you think about it, but like, say your honest opinion. Are you going to do that? Like, would you get on that train then?
I don't think Lego would do that.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that's...
If Lego said that, then yes, I would probably give it a shot.
All right. So now let's say that there's something called Hive Bricks, right? And Hive Bricks says that they're a premium company, that they are a very good quality company, that they do what they can. There's a lot of I'm going to call it logistics that go behind the scene that a lot of people don't realize why certain things like helmet holes are helmet holes.
Oh yeah, I take that back. I wouldn't. I still wouldn't work for LAN. No.
You still wouldn't.
No. Because it's not about them saying like, oh yeah, you can say what you want. Because yeah, okay, I'd say what I want. But it's still, I'm contracted to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like not like, hey, we got like a 6-month contract or a 1-month contract, or hey, you know, we'll give you this amount of money for if you say this amount of time of saying our product or whatever. It's no, I'm working for them. You know what I mean? That means that if a different company that I would like a lot also, and I wanted to do stuff on them, Lego's not going to be cool with that. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you're correct in that aspect, but I would still, I don't know. Like I look at it in a different way than you're looking at it.
I know you are, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I said, whatever your intentions and purposes and perceptions are on it is your own. You know what I mean? I just give it from my own perception. But listen, you know, and I brought this up before. You know, something that I would love to see some of the LAN members bring up in any of their reviews, because you know some of them do bring up some fairly.
Wait, real quick. Do LAN members have to do? So the only LAN member I've ever seen do an actual review is David Hall. Do they have to do a review?
I don't know exactly what their details are, but they have to do certain things.
Gene.
Like, because some of the people.
Tori. Hi.
The reason why I say that is the people that I know recently have got it. The 2 girls that I'm referring to, their content has never been to review anything.
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak on it, man, because I don't know what's in the contract.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
I've heard just off the top of my head, trying to remember, you know, conversations between like Emmasaurus and people and stuff like that. Like, they're supposed to do certain things. I don't know what. I don't know if it's a video, a review, a promotion, a TikTok video. I don't know. You know what I mean? But they don't just get free sets and they don't do anything with it. You know?
Yeah. Totally agree. But a promotion is totally different from a review. You can promote a product that you think is crappy versus you fake telling somebody that it's a great product.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know, you know what I mean, what the details entail. You know what I mean? I really, you know, I don't. So it's like I said, I just don't know what to say on that part of it. I look at it to an extent where you're buying the product, right? All right. You're buying a $650 Avenger set. You're benefiting absolutely nothing from it whatsoever but the money that is generated from your channel and the joy of you buying it. So if you were able to get it for free
save that money, and tell a company what you think about it, the only thing that's stopping you is because you don't think they want to hear your honest opinion, correct?
No, it's also stopping me because I don't want to work for them, man. I don't want to be obliged to say whatever they want me to say, which is what I keep trying to tell you, but you keep going on about other stuff.
No. I'm saying, like, so you're seeing it. This is what I'm getting at. You're seeing it that way. I'm seeing it this way. That if I'm buying the product, if I'm paying for a $650 Avengers Lego set, sign me up to work for them so I could save that $650.
And that's fine, dude. I mean, I don't know the details of what you would have to do. You know what I mean? My point being is, if you want to do that, I don't have any issues with that. Like, just like I said, I have friends that are in land. I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to crap on them. I'm just trying to give my personal opinions about land members, the objective of land, and the things that I think that are misconstrued, you know what I mean? So when they do reviews, whether they're obligated to or not, but when they do reviews, some of them occasionally will do like a soft discrepancy or criticism or whatever, very carefully, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to be known for just criticizing Lego. Yeah. However, what they never, ever do is talk about the price. They never talk about like, oh, if I really had to buy this $500 or $600 set, and then I had to buy this other $300 set, and then I had to buy this $100 set, and then I had to buy this whole box of $30 sets. Like, would I be purchasing them?
Oh yeah, you're totally correct. If Lego's not going to reach out to someone that's buying their product and giving them a bad review, they're just not going to. And I think a lot of the times it doesn't matter. And this is going to sound really bad, but it doesn't matter what you're saying about their product, as long as it's not too negative, but it's more about the look that you're promoting. Does that make sense?
I think so. You know, and again, this has to do with what people are individually comfortable with. You know what I mean? Look, I already have a hard time promoting my own stuff because I don't like to annoy people with you know, ads, so to speak, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So for me to try and shove, you know, Lego down everybody's face, you know what I mean, in certain ways, is just something I wouldn't be able to do. And I definitely wouldn't be comfortable speaking freely the way I'm comfortable speaking if I was in land. And some people have a very cheery exposition, and it just works right up the alley of Lego land. And it's great, man. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at it the same way you are in a sense, but also at the same time that if you're going to work for a company, it's got to be a company that you have to look at it as work. Because you're going to have to make content, and no matter what anybody says, even your channel, my channel, everything we do to put out content is work. And if we're going to promote a company, then it technically means that we're working for them. It's got to be a company that we like. And promoting a company on a marketing side of things, when it comes to like Lego, of course they're not going to want to hear, well, you know, I wouldn't have bought this set if Lego didn't give it to me for free. They're never going to hear that. Ever. I mean, you know,
they're also not going to want to hear me talk about how, like, when they move like the modular gift with purchase a month ahead, you know, behind the modular, or, you know, like all this other stuff, are taking away, you know, the calendar, so we can't, you know, it doesn't, you know, so we can't help plan out the way we're going to spend our money and this and that. Dude, there's a billion things I could go off about that I think that they've done that's shady business techniques, man, as a business. Not illegal, not even unethical, I guess, man, if you want to say, hey, it's only business. But, you know, for a company that makes as much money as they do, I'm like, and for somebody that calls themselves premium, I'm like, you selling your premium product should be good enough. Not all these gray, shady areas of how you're doing this stuff. And you know what I mean? Especially even just jacking up the prices the way they do, you know, but the thing is, it's not just, like I said, about the price. It's about all that other stuff. And they don't want to hear none of that, dude. And
well, no, because they look at that as you're bad mouthing the company is the way they look at it.
Exactly. And that's why I don't want nothing to do with LAN.
I don't know. Me personally, like I said, if I don't think that I'm the right person for them, I'm not a face behind the company type person, I guess. But
Jeff
I
says
would,
Lego made you do what you do. Don't hate on them. What are you talking about? What did they make? What did I do that Dave saying they made me do? What? I don't understand. Sorry, dude. I mean,
I would definitely jump on it. If nothing else, but just for the experience.
nah, man, that's cool. Like, dude, I'm not trying to hate on anybody specifically personally. You know what I mean? Like, if they want to be in LAN, if they want to join LAN, if they want whatever, they want free sets, if they want the experience, if what, I don't know, man, whatever, the connection.
Me and you had plenty of talks behind the scenes about how I would, like, I really had no care to be on Lego Masters other than the experience and the bad taste that I got in my mouth. Now I would never do it. But, like, I think that a lot of people, it's a trial. I mean, no matter what, Lego could come out and say tomorrow that, oh, well, they didn't do this, they're no longer in LAN. We've seen it happen. Or we don't like what you've said, you're no longer in LAN. We've seen that happen. I mean, it's just you have to bow down to the king type situation. And I believe that is technically wrong because in a way you're giving people unhonest reviews. But at the same time, a company never wants to see anything bad, and I get that. If you go to Lego's website, just out of curiosity, is there reviews under sets? There is, isn't there?
Probably. I think there is.
Do you think that there's people that take the bad ones out?
Possibly. Depends.
I mean,
it depends maybe on the level of criticism, I'm sure.
I look at it as the same way as that. I mean, you and Chef both work in the same roundabout business, right?
Yeah.
So if I need an electrician and I looked online and I seen a review that Whiskey put out about how your services, you came over, you were very, like, you had an attitude, you acted like you didn't want to be there, and it was expensive. And Chef came over and it was cheap and he had a great attitude. He fixed everything the first time and he was a real pleasure. Everybody that goes to that website is going to lean to that one that was given the good review, which Lego in this sense, if they're doing that, is basically just curving the edge to them, which everybody kind of does.
Yeah, but I don't say that's right.
No, it's definitely not
There's
right.
a reason why bad reviews are on there, man. So you know the honest truth about the company. It's to help you buy a product. You know what I mean? So if you're a crappy, business, or whatever, people need to know about that stuff.
But even with the business I'm in, if you bring a car to us and we send you a survey, which not every customer gets, the survey is worded to a point to where a lot of the stuff you're answering doesn't matter for the job that you actually did. You're answering the job, like, you're more or less commenting on the entire company versus just the service that you are giving. So Lego is not really seeing it as, oh, you're talking bad about the one set because it was a crappy set. They see it as you're talking crap about the company.
Yeah, and that's been my critique. So real quick, which kind of goes to what Jeff is out here commenting about. Why you love Legos because of them. Lego, thank you. So you're basically saying, since I love Lego, the product, I have no right to criticize Lego, the company, when I feel that they do things that are bad, incorrect, or shady. Well, I don't want to be honest and tell you what I think about that, man. But that's my point, is I love Lego, the product. The company, on the other hand, there's a lot of stuff I love about the company, but there's a lot of stuff that they disgust me about, man. I feel like I think they straight out lie to us about some things. Whether it's to save face or to make sure they keep making money, I don't know.
Like the goat mold.
Dude, that, man, like the whole recycling aspect of, like, why they've done boxes, for the CMFs, to just all kinds of stuff, dude. But alternate candidates, exactly right. If you're watching LAN reviews, you need to understand it's a company represented review. That is absolutely right. And that's why it is important. I know Ryan kind of made a big deal out of it a while back, but that's why it's important for people to state that they are going to sponsor or whatever, so people know that the opinions could be swayed.
So I
mean,
through
I will
that.
always trust more of a person's that's not sponsored by a company, their opinion on a review about something, than somebody that is. What's that, dude?
I went through the different, exactly what you just said. I went through the different aspect of that when I was doing those reviews for Brickmania stuff. They commented, they didn't comment. I talked to Dan about it, and Dan was like, "Do me a favor." He's like, "While you are doing this video," he's like, "never say that we talked to you about doing this." He was like, "For one, because this was kind of on your own," and he was like, "For another, we want your honest opinion, and we don't want it to seem like it's askew because we've done something for you."
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Melissa says every company lies about things. I mean, I guess maybe every company. That's a pretty
every company does. Definitely.
I don't know about every single company lying.
Every company. Name one company that you don't think lies.
I don't know, dude. I guess about what we're talking about. I mean, but
do you think chicken nuggets are 100% chicken from McDonald's?
I'm sure there's something in the small print somewhere. That's not. But again, this is something I bring up with a lot of stuff when I complain about something. I complain about Ahsoka. Somebody says, "Oh, well, the original trilogies are bad," or I complain about this, and somebody brings up that. It's like, yeah, I know most companies, if not all companies, lie, but I'm talking about Lego right now. Jeff says, when you learn what happens, it's not great. But honestly, it's their product. You leave it for your reasons, or you understand what they do, and it's not your way. It doesn't. Okay. But I want to make it very clear. It doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want, my opinions, whether you like them or not. You know what I mean? Whether you think it's valid or not, doesn't mean I can't express them. I hate it when people defend companies and say like, "Oh, well, if you don't like it or whatever." No, man, screw that, dude. Because when I praise a company, everybody's like, they don't say like, "Oh, hi, be quiet, stop praising the company." No. But when I say, you know what, that company, man, they shouldn't do that. That sucks. Then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, if you don't like it, nah, man. It's called opinions. It's called criticism. I don't understand, man. It's like every time I criticize like stuff, man, everybody thinks I'm up here talking about cheese or something, or Bigfoot or whatever, man. Like
I mean, no company wants their company to be bad mouth.
Of course.
Yes.
But you know what? Maybe they shouldn't do some of the stuff they've done. I mean, like, dude, when Lego does awesome stuff, man, I'm the first one to praise them. Dude, I have spent thousands of dollars on the product, man. Like, clearly it's not like I don't like the product, you know what I mean? And they get me in the feels with the completionist mindset or the FOMO. I almost feel like I should start doing TikTok videos about me trying to hide Lego from my wife, or making jokes about money flying out of my wallet. I mean, like,
I still remember Richard's video about the wife telling him to go get a vacuum and he come home with Lego instead.
Dude, that was such a dumb video, and it blew up so much. There was like no. I don't even remember what happened. I literally, our vacuum cleaner quit working, and I went to Target. But if I'm not mistaken, like Haley had, I think the Lego was already purchased. Like it was already here. I went back to buy the vacuum cleaner.
Are you paying attention to your wife in the chat, by the way?
Yeah, she asked me what I was building. I'm building the water for the castle.
Which looks great, by the way.
That's none of your business, Haley. That's none of your business.
None of your business.
Uh-oh. I hear the step, Chef.
Listen.
Did you hear the footsteps? Good thing she's there, not here to slap me.
I wanted to make sure I say, because I know I come off as a big
Chef. You're about to get
I spoke too soon there, baby boy.
How are you doing? Now you got to come down and ask them, but you asked them on there when you could walk down and see it.
What?
He asked why you asked what I was building. If you could come down and walk.
I'm trying to get this conversation away from where it's going because everybody's getting pissed the F off. So I was trying to enlighten the mood. by changing the subject. So that's what I was doing.
No. Nobody's mad. No. Look,
It is, but you're so defensive over everything, and it's like, let him enjoy his fucking YouTube channel.
Well, it's just about the land. Like the land is.
Well, I get that, but it's not.
oh, I thought we were just having a good conversation.
Yeah, we're fine, Haley. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're hanging out.
Well,
I think
Like right
Everybody-
before you popped up, I was just getting ready to say, like, I know I come off as a pompous ass, but I respect and appreciate everybody's opinions and comments.
right,
and
but have
chat
you
and stuff.
listened to how your tone plays back when you speak to people?
Look, when people come at me with opinions, I react to them. I mean, I'm not being hateful and I'm not being personal. I haven't called anybody any names or anything like that. You know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, I have my stance on stuff as well. I mean, I'm not screaming, I hope, at anybody. But again, I apologize if I'm coming
I
off.
personally want that chance to be a land member, but the reason why I want it is a skew. I just want the presets. I've said plenty of times that I will tell them whatever they want. They can write the review for me if they would like.
No, man, my whole thing is, like I said, it's like I just have my opinions about stuff, and it seems like a lot of people, you know, don't understand what I'm saying, or they don't care about what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I just try to make sure that people understand that, like, look, I have friends in land. If you want to be in land, I don't care. Good for you. You know what I mean? You get free sets, you get whatever, you know, I don't know, whatever comes with it, that's great. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel like, one, it's even necessary. You know what I mean? Two, it's more of a benefit for Lego because of all the free advertisement they get.
Oh yeah, I mean it's full benefit. I mean that's the only reason they do it.
So I mean, it's about marketing.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, and again, that's great for Lego. You know, obviously it's a good business decision for them because it's really helped them out.
I've already showed Jeff the alligator.
Yeah, I don't understand what the reference.
What's his obsession with alligators?
This is new to me about the alligator, so
You didn't know about it either.
I can't answer your question on.
Yeah,
I have an
don't know what
albino
that means.
alligator, but he's smaller than this.
He
Yeah,
told
I
us
don't
to build an alligator, but nobody knows.
Well,
why.
and he keeps saying alligator in the chat. Like, I understand what the reference is. You need to tell me what the reference is, Jeff. We can't just say alligator, alligator, alligator. And I'm
We were
supposed to be
talking
like,
about it
okay.
when we were talking about Loki. Is he talking about the Loki alligator?
I don't know, man. You want me to build an alligator? I mean, is
I
it a
have no
reference,
idea.
like a metaphorical reference?
It actually might be. I don't know where it's at. But no, I honestly, like, as petty as it sounds, Lego could write the review for me. I would tell them what they wanted to hear. I would kiss that Lego ass.
I know you would, man. And that's fine.
I mean, everyone has their own, like, so me and Chef talked about it. Chef knows the company that has reached, I don't want to mention their name, so don't do it, Chef, but have reached out to me and wanted me to do certain things. And I don't know, I've not heard the greatest stuff about their product. And oh, you went and found it?
Jeff,
Yeah, I mean, I've got an albino one and a green
There's a
one.
goat.
he's got red eyes.
And I've got the one that came with Loki, the little guy.
Yeah, I have him. But like Chef was telling me a little bit, because me and Chef have both put certain things into sets. And well, I'll have to go and say it's a light company. And I was like, yeah, I don't really know. Like I've never reviewed. So the only lights I've ever even bought is from Blinky Bricks, just because of the simple fact that he was, I don't know if he was part of our lug or if he was just a good friend of the people in the lug. But I bought his product purely because he was there, and honestly because he offered us a good discount. That was a huge reason for it, I'm not gonna lie. But now this company's reached out to me and I've not heard the greatest stuff about them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, I think most of it's spam because I get offered sometimes stuff on like Instagram.
No, it's not spam. They've already sent it to me. I got it.
No, I was talking about like stuff. That
I
I've been
had a
saying.
company also, which I won't say any names. I did probably 4 reviews for them. But soon as I put what I really thought of it, I got dropped. Never got another set or light set. Never got an answer back on when getting another one. They just dropped me. Dead drop. They didn't like my review because it's not what they wanted to hear.
Like Blinky Bricks, for instance, I have a it's not even I can't even call it an issue because it's really not an issue. But my problem with them comes into the fact that really I'm buying pre-made lights.
Right.
It's 100%. They're pre-wired, which means that they're wired to a certain length, and that's what. Like I know a lot of people. Well, I guess none of y'all know this. I've been talking to 2 friends. I might take every light out of the castle and just go without them.
Really?
Yeah, because I cannot. I can't take the fact that there's wires everywhere. Like I'm sorry, like if people that are out there, they have it. I can't stand when you go to look at someone's mock and that you could just see black wires ran everywhere.
Yeah, that is kind of rough. I agree.
And
unfortunately, it's just the
No
nature
way
of the
for you
beast.
to hide them.
I've hit them the best that I can, but the problem is they're pre-made lights. So if I have a light here and a light here, I have to have 2 wires. So those 2 wires come in, and I have to take those 2 wires and still run what is now 4 wires all the way down. Well, if they come to here at this point and I have 2 more here, now I have 4 wires. And if I run a splitter from 4 to 1, like now I've got a junction, and it's just like I don't like the way it is. And the other thing that really, really like bummed me out was I came down here I think it was 2 days ago. It was after I got done posting the video, and I cut all the lights off and I hooked up all the LEDs and flipped them on. The big stained glass pane window, like the one in the middle, had 3 bars in it, 3 LED bars, and it still was not very bright. So that kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Let me go through some of my stuff. I'll send you what I have, some extras, and they are
Well,
very bright.
Well, but the problem is it's still going to be like the wires. So like my castle is multi-floored. So I either have the option of trying to run all the wires from the left to the right, or I have all the options of running them straight down. And either way, there's still wires to be seen. So it really, I don't know, it's really irritating.
Because for my city, it's easy to hide them under the mills plates.
And you
Or
have them
your
coming,
castle.
and you just have them coming up into each building, right?
Yeah, coming up through the bottom.
See, that's my problem. Is it would be like doing that, except for the fact you're trying to hide him in a dollhouse style build. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
not
lighting's not good for every set, but
and I mean, it sounds stupid because it sounds like it'd be easier, but I think that my set is too big for LEDs. To run the little small LEDs like I have, I honestly think my set is too big.
I got a jet.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take it easy.
next time
All right, later,
I'll
y'all.
get a hold of you.
All right, man.
Have a good
But,
Thanksgiving.
It's one of those things where it's just like there's too many rooms and too much to look at that pull everybody's attention to just have black wires ran everywhere.
Right. Now,
then,
you have the option to run them around the stud and down through another one, or
yes,
like wrapping them?
you mean like put them in between a plate?
No. Hold on. Let me see if I can get one.
So what I've done is all the builds have all the levels up have a hole in the floor, and all the LEDs are like met somewhere and ran down as many wires that I can. And all the LED, so basically everything up top is ran down, and they meet down below, under where the mills plates are for the power connection. If I know that sounds weird, but I'm pretty sure it makes sense.
if you can see this. Mine are run between the blocks.
Yeah.
Is that how you have them?
Not all of them, because the problem, so like right now, if you had that set like you have, or the mock like you have, all right, if you wanted to put one on the outside of beside that window, like if you wanted to put a flame outside that window.
Now, with that being said, I have it on the opposite side. See it in there? And it is lit.
Yeah.
What I do, here, I'll flip it around. Is I run it up an archway, and then behind it, that's why this area is here. I hit all the wires back here and run it in between.
But how many wires do you have right there? I mean, how many lights do you have? Two?
Just two.
All right. So I'm trying to run 4 or more.
Now, see, I would like here. Oh, I'm breaking the hell out of it. Now, for all of it,
You ain't
and
gotta
I'm just
break
going
it.
to use this one as an example because I have more.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
built a Mills plate. Now, could you raise your floor a stud, or say you put it on a 2x2 plate? Just that much gap, which everyone's up.
So yeah, I could
run your
run it.
floor.
The going that way isn't the issue I'm having. It's going. So for instance, you have like the first floor here, right? You can see
Yeah.
this, correct? All right. So if the first floor has 5 LEDs on it, the second floor has 5 LEDs on it. That 5 LED wires have to come down. When they come down, I've made it to where everything is junctioned in a layer. So like the top layer is all wired together and has one plug. But the problem is hiding everything in the castle when so for instance, if the wire is only 5 inches long and I need it 6 inches long, my only option is to add at the smallest a 12-inch extension. Well, if I add a 12-inch extension, now I got 11 inches of wire I need to hide.
Yeah, you would have to run them under your tiles, or now are you lighting up, say, 5 candles in there instead of putting one light source in?
Yes. So the throne room itself has 6 candles in it. So that's 6 wires that I technically have to hide, and that's where it's becoming the issue. Everything you've done looks great and it works great, but my problem lies in the fact that the quantity.
Now, I was going to say switch to these if you're just lighting the room instead of candles.
Yeah.
You can pin them at the top. And then these are bright. And I mean, these some are the brightest ones. And I purchased these just to try them from Brix stuff in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And they're some of the brightest lights I've got.
I just think that my whole issue is its quantity.
Right.
And I don't think that I don't think I have a way of getting rid of that. And,
but you
and
have
like I
such a
said,
big mock.
the lights add to a mock. Don't get me wrong. In a city, I think they make or break a city. In my case, I don't think it's going to make or break my castle.
No. And like this, it's a small mock is the only reason I did it. But I've got 4 lights total on this little thing.
So I just think I'm gonna end up banning them. The only crappy thing is I've got like $150 in lights that I no longer am gonna use.
Thanks, Haley. I wanted something different for Chicago. And I've been to many fairs and never seen a weed shop.
I told them earlier, before you got on, I'm already bailing. I'm not going to Chicago. No, I got too much going. Like, we plan to go to Disney next year. Like, I don't know. Chicago would be a really fun thing to do. Don't get me wrong. But the money that it would cost to go, I don't see benefiting me as much as I think it would.
I was told one or the other because we're hitting the Bahamas this year.
The what?
We're going to the Bahamas.
So we've already got a Disney trip planned and almost paid for. In the last week of October, the first week of November. So we're going for Halloween, and then we'll be able to fall asleep one night and wake up and it'll be like Christmas. So, I priced it out. I really want Haley to go, but there's no way that she could just get that much vacation time off. And
That's my issue too, because we're leaving April, and then Chicago's in June.
well, that was the next thing is it. So I have now. It isn't going to cost me much at all to go down there, but Columbia, South Carolina, I've got a show down there in March, and then in June I have Brick Universe in Raleigh. So I'm already doing something in June. And then in August, I would have to turn right around and go back to, I'm going to Brick Fair. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's too much for me to try to bite off.
I think I missed Brick Fair last year, so I might just skip Chicago. I mean, if I really got to pick, I'm going to skip Chicago and hit Brick Fair.
I just would rather, it's closer and it's what feels like home, as weird as that sounds.
I like Chicago because you get to meet everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to meet people. And it all may change. I mean, I know I'm not going to say I have that much faith, but if YouTube seems to take the hell off and it wants to start paying a different way, I mean, I definitely will take the chance to go. But with vacation days and then Disney and then everything else I want to do for the rest of the year,
It gets to be much.
yep. And the other thing that really that kind of like bums me out about going is even if I go, I'm not taking anything to display.
I did that the first time and thought I would have a hard time because I didn't have a display and just went. But I think I had more fun without a display than when I did.
Because I priced it out. It would be, for me alone, it would be somewhere around like $1,600 to go. That's with me guesstimating what food costs.
I think total last year, which I didn't buy much. I think I bought about 4 pick-a-brick cups, 1 set, some lights. That's about what I spent with hotel and gas last year. It was about $1,600.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll pass.
Maybe $2,000. I overdid it on yard sale.
I'll spend it at Brick Fair instead. Because when I go to Columbia, I probably won't spend any money. And when I go to Brick Universe, I probably won't spend any money. I don't think I spent much last year. I remember I bought Scooby-Doo, but I think that's the only thing I bought last year. He said 12/23 brick challenge. Get ready. It's going to change.
Night, Wayne.
I guess he bounced. Yeah, Chicago will be a no for me. And since we're getting to
I'm
that,
still on the board. If I can figure everything out to where it works out, then probably. But I'm not gonna over push myself to do it. To me, that's $1,600 more I can spend on Lego.
well,
Shelving or carpet to get this basement finished.
that's kind of how I'm looking at it, or the fact that it's just like, honestly, as weird as it sounds, I'd rather spend $1,600 at Brick Fair than spend $1,600 to get to Brick World.
So like I said, I'm up in the air because I know we're leaving in April for the Bahamas. I'll be taking 2 weeks off for that and then want to come back and take another 7 days off. And
Some hellacious time off.
Yeah. When I only get 2 weeks a year.
Well, it's 11 o'clock just about. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, homie.
All right, boss man.
It was good talking to you again. I guess I'll talk to you sometime in between next week. Everybody out there, it was fun.
I'll get a hold of you this weekend too. See what you picked up.
Yeah,
Or I'll probably see it on Instagram or something. But
I doubt what I order from Brick Warriors ain't gonna be here that fast. But the only thing I know I'm buying so far is I want the American Psycho fig from Citizen Brick. I might buy that Stephen Hawking just because.
I'm only buying Stephen Hawking.
But everybody take it easy. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.